I would like to invite Aaron back on stage to tell you how you can join the movement here in Utah.
All
Thank
right,
you.
let's welcome back the CEO of Pluralsight, Mr. Aaron Skonnard.
Thanks, Alice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. I'm really grateful for organizations like Codeorg in the world who really change the trajectory of our futures. You know, everything you saw Alice talk about there is happening. It's real. They're creating real change in how the world is experiencing this relationship with computer science and computing and making a real difference. And they've been making a real difference right here in the state of Utah. So very grateful for Code.org. And it's something that's available and accessible to every parent in every home and every child. And if you haven't used it before, go home after this conference this weekend and pull it up with your kids, and you'll see how easy it is to start teaching your own child how to learn to code. You know, my father taught me to code when I was just a child. I was probably about 8 years old. He brought home one of the first Apple II computers, and he was a CPA by trade, so he had no business doing that. And he just thought, this is a great new thing. I can see it's going to be a big part of our future, and I want my son to know something about it. And so we sat around that computer and got some books and just figured it out and learned how to code together. And that's something I believe every child in the state of Utah should have the opportunity to experience. Everyone. And I'm going to ask you a favor here, because I know we have a lot of education leaders here with us today. We have a lot of government officials here today, a lot of business leaders here today who are plugged into this issue. And this is a pivotal moment for our state to get this right. Our future depends on it. So as we're going through this, would you please indicate your commitment to making this happen with your noise? Will you do that? Okay? Yeah, if you care about this, get on your feet right now and make some noise. I want everyone to hear it. Okay? Let's go. You guys want this? All right, thank you. We can make this happen. It's pretty simple. We believe every child should have the opportunity to learn computer science. That does not mean every child has to learn to code. We don't believe that. What we believe is every school should teach computer science. There should be access, opportunity, and that's what will create the biggest change of all. We need to equip our youth with the skills they need to thrive in the 21st century. You know, our children are coming out of the womb holding an iPad. You know, they're natives in this digital world. And all of the future careers that they will be part of are going to depend on it. Will have some connection to it, some relationship with it. And it's now becoming a fundamental, critical competency that everyone should have some understanding and exposure to. So it doesn't mean that every kid needs to grow up being a computer programmer, but it does mean we need to do better here within our state in providing access to every kid, regardless of their race, their gender, their socioeconomic status, whether they live in rural or urban areas. Everyone should have access. And that's the most important thing in this whole thing. Okay? Yeah, there's that noise. You know, like Alice said, you know, in the states who have done this, we've seen a 10x improvement in the number of girls, blacks, Hispanics, Latinos who are being immersed in computer science and taking AP computer science classes. All we have to do is provide access. and everything will change. It is one of the most fundamental, powerful things that will make Utah a more diverse state in the future. It'll make the Utah tech sector more diverse in the future, and that's what I'm committed to. Are you? So here's what we want to do to make this happen. We're going to partner with the State School Board of Education. We're going to partner with private industry and with the rest of our government officials. And we're going to create a task force around this. And the outcome that we're commissioning this task force to produce is a state strategy for getting computer science in every one of our schools. And the thing that this will do is it will build on a lot of the successes that we've seen with some of the current movements with SB 93, SB 190, and the governor's IT pathway program. All of those initiatives are making progress in this area. We want to go a step further and ensure this is going to happen, that access will be available. And the way we're going to do that is by creating a state strategy that defines several clear outcomes. These are the outcomes we care about. We want every Utah school to offer at least one computer science course virtually or physically by 2023, 5 years from now. Every school. We want mechanisms for funding professional development for our teachers. That is the biggest challenge and opportunity around this. That's the reason why it's not happening. Our teachers don't know how to do it. They haven't been given the resources to learn how to do it. We're going to make that possible. And we'll define a clear definition for what computer science means. A lot of schools may think they're doing computer science, but that may not match the definition of what we think computer science is in the industry. And finally, we're going to create development of K through 12 computer science standards across the state. Okay, and this is a state initiative. Those 4 outcomes will define a new future for the state of Utah. And if we can get behind this vision, it's just a matter of time before it happens. Would you guys like to see that? All right, if you really want to see it, do you really want to see it? Yeah? If you really want to see it happen, all you need to do right now is this. Let's go to the next slide. Go to that URL. Take a picture of it if you don't have connectivity right now. It's pluralsight1.org/Utah. And all you need to do is go to that page and sign a letter of support. We have a letter of support that already the governor has signed, the lieutenant governor has signed. 23 of our school superintendents in the state have signed. Countless CEOs from across Silicon Slopes have signed. And now we want all of you to sign. This will be a demonstration of our unification and our commitment to making this happen. Will you do that for me, please? And with that, we'll take that to the task force. We'll take it to any group we interact with along the way, and we'll make a difference. We can do this together. And I want to emphasize that this is not a Pluralsight thing. Pluralsight is one participant. This is a Silicon Slopes thing. Ryan, Josh, Dave, Clint, the rest of the CEOs at Silicon Slopes are fully behind this with me. Okay, we're all unified around this. And we're going to make it happen. We're committed to it. It's one of the biggest things that we think the future of our beautiful Silicon Slopes depends on. Like, these are our Silicon Slopes. How can we be the future of tech if our kids are not learning computer science? Okay, thank you. Put a www in front of that if it doesn't work for you. Okay? Let's create the future of Silicon Slopes by 2023, computer science in every school. Thank you.
All right, Aaron, thank you very much.